Welcome back to Design Bundles YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today I am so excited because this is episode 1 of our Christmas in July series. So all week long we are doing an entire week dedicated to Christmas. This is something that's been going on for decades across the internet, and we wanted to participate. So what we've done here is we have actually created a Christmas in July bundle. Now we went live on Monday, so if you guys did not see that episode, make sure you guys definitely check it out and also follow along with the rest of the projects all week. So we're going to be covering these topics down below. We've got your die cutting machines, whether you're using a Cricut or a Silhouette, or if you guys are sublimating using your Glowforge laser machines and things like that. There is lots of things inside of this bundle, and it's only $21. Now keep in mind, as I'm recording this, there is 41 days, but by the time you watch this, it's probably down to around 15 days or so keep that in mind. But you guys can find this link below. Alright, so just kind of scrolling through here, I'm just going to show you a few things that are included here. One of them that I absolutely love is this t-shirt right here. So cute, but you guys could throw this on a tote bag, all sorts of fun things. I really love that design there. If you guys have seen the Ever Trending, we have several tutorials on this. This has been out for quite some time, just a couple months here, if you will. Are these money cards that you use, the chapstick holders, if you will, for these, perfect for Christmas stocking stuffers. This is included. So we thought you guys would really love that. We got stickers, we got tags, card stuff, we've got welcome signs, all sorts of fun things. So the one that I'm actually using today is going to be this tumbler design right here, this little gnome one, and it's actually printed out perfectly for you. So what I did was I'm actually using my Sawgrass. I just did a drag and drop into my Sawgrass Smart Folder on my desktop, and it's ready to go. We're just going to use a paper trimmer to cut around this. Also in the comments below, once again, let me know if you guys have already started on some Christmas projects. Do you guys like to start early? And what are some things that you guys are creating for this Christmas? All right, so let's go ahead and start off with trimming around. So I've already got my tumbler press. This is the 7-in-1 tumbler press. You could definitely purchase it where it's just the tumbler press, but I did get the 7-in-1. And what you want to do is set your tumbler press at 365 for 70 seconds. That's what works perfect for this one. We have this one linked down below. So make sure whatever brand you're using, you may want to play around with those settings because your settings may not match mine. But if you are using this one right here, this is from Heat Press Nation. It's the Signature Series. You guys can follow along with these exact settings. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and trim down all of the excess paper here. So I'm just going to go ahead and line this up here and trim. All right, so now that we have trimmed all the way around this, we're going to go ahead and get this guy out of our way, and we're going to get ready to wrap this. So the next thing you're going to need is your tumbler. The very first thing you want to do with that is remove your lid and straw because it will melt. And then we want to go ahead and clean our surface, and then we're going to use some heat tape. So today I'm using our handy dandy tape dispenser. This is linked down below as well, and we are using heat tape. That's a question I do get. So if you guys are just now getting into sublimation, is it regular tape I'm using or is it heat tape? It is actually made for heat, so it's heat tape. All right, so once we have that, we're just going to go ahead and line this up here. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and line it up and tape. So to get that perfect seam, what you want to do is really try to butt them up together instead of overlapping, and also make sure everything is just lined up. So mine's going to overlap just a smidge, but you really want to make sure you have it super tight and there is absolutely no space in between. So that's very important. You're going to get that first tape down. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and move on. Now I don't tape my tumblers all the way down. I just get some tape here. I always mention that if you guys feel more comfortable adding more tape, definitely feel free to do so. So sometimes I just say, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pop one here and one here. All right, get those. And so now you should have something that looks just like this. I take the side here that it has the opening, and before I got started, before I ever even turned this thing on, I went ahead and adjusted my pressure. You just want enough pressure where it's hugged around it. You don't need it to squeeze it tight, just enough to where it's holding it. And what I do is I kind of test it. So I'll put half in and I'll try to tug. If I can't tug it out of there, you're good to go. So I've already done that. Now we're gonna go ahead and slide this guy right in here like so, and then we're gonna press for 70 seconds. So because this is a full wrap, as soon as the 70 seconds is done, we're gonna go ahead, open it, rotate it, and press it again for another 70 seconds. Now, something that you want to have ready for whenever it comes out is a heat pad or something that is heat resistant. So I've got a little Cricut pad here. I like to use a smaller one, the 8x10. You can use an off-brand, whatever you have. If you have those little trivets or things like that as well that you have in the kitchen, those are good too, a little hot pad, something that's gonna protect your surface. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let this go, and then we're gonna get ready to flip it. All right, so now that we're getting down to our last few seconds, I've got some heat gloves here. These ones are from We Are Memory Keepers. We have them linked down below. I'm gonna go ahead and open this very carefully and go ahead and rotate it just like that. And we're gonna press it again for another 70 seconds. Now, like I said, these gloves right here, we do have some linked down below that are for Amazon. They're pink. They're identical. They're the same thing. These things are super affordable. If you guys are local, Michael's, they do have these. These were actually made for, I believe, the, what's that? It's, hold on one second, the molds kit. So that little thing that made the molds and all that, that's what these were designed for, but they work perfect. They're heat resistant. So any sort of heat resistant, whether you have an oven mitt or something like that, is gonna work. All right, so we are getting ready. We're getting down to our last few seconds here. So we've got our heat gloves back on. You just need one really. We're gonna pull it out. I'm gonna put it on my heat resistant pad here. And that way it can start to cool down. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop this open. And then we're just gonna go ahead and stand this up. I like to stand mine up, and if you guys can see that, I don't know if you guys could capture that on camera or not, it looks like steam coming out of here. This is the gases. So the way that sublimation works, if you guys are new to it, it's actually gases, that's how it works. And so those are actually gases coming off. And so in case you guys are wondering what that whole process is. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get on my other heat glove here. We're gonna go ahead and peel it. You can always set it aside, let it cool. But what I like to do is just go ahead and peel it, and then I'll let it sit aside and finish cooling. So you're just gonna go all the way down here. I'm gonna remove our tape, and then we're gonna do our big reveal here. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it. I love making tumblers, and I just love the big reveal, the final reveal, because look at those colors. Is that not gorgeous? I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and try to see if we can find our seam. And it looks like I got a pretty flawless seam here. So here's my seam. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up here so hopefully you guys can see here. So my seam is right here, and you can barely tell right here. So if you really just butt those up together, you're gonna get that absolutely perfect seam. So I really love the way that this came out. So cute. Now I did get, in case you guys are wondering, so that little bit of a blowout right up here at the top, hopefully you guys can pick that up. That's why some people tape their tops and bottoms. So if you ever wonder, why is somebody taping that whole top and that whole bottom? They're trying to prevent this right here. And what that's coming from is whenever those gases, it's kind of pushing them out the top and the bottom. And that's where that's coming from, in case you guys are wondering. But there you have it. So cute. So I'm going to let this cool down. We'll pop on the lid and finish it up. All right, so now that it's cooled down, we're ready to insert our lid and straw, whether you have just the lid or whatever it may be, and there you have it. Gorgeous. Now, what I love about sublimation compared to working with epoxy is it's done super fast. 70 seconds times 2 if you're doing a full wrap, and I'm not having to let it sit overnight on that spinner with all of that epoxy and all those extra things. So it's really, really nice. But the cool thing about this is if you wanted to go back in and you wanted to add epoxy and do some sort of drips on the top, or you know, do the tops that they do and make the crystals and all that, you can still do that with sublimation. So feel free to do as little or as much as you want to, but the sublimation just comes out gorgeous. So I love the way this one came out. Make sure you guys check out that Christmas in July bundle and go ahead and get started on some of those Christmas projects. And once again, make sure you guys are following along all week long. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.